Hi everybody, Mike Fifer with Fifer Hobby Supply. Today I'm going to show you how to install some Microtrains 2004-1 couplers on a Kato NW2 switcher, and it's really simple, so let's get started. Okay, we have our little NW2 here. First thing we're going to do is turn it over and remove the existing coupler, and I use a pair of very sharp tweezers. I stick it in the side of the little retainer and lift up. Stick in the side, lift up, pops out in your lap, of course, onto the floor, which is not too bad as long as you can find the black part. Remove the existing coupler and you wind up with an empty coupler pocket that accepts the 2004 really easily. Okay, we have our 2004-1 is the short number. The long number is 00102. 052s. They're pre-assembled 2004, and a 2004 coupler is underslung, meaning that the coupler actually comes out of the box and is higher than a standard 1015. From this point here, we'll try and do this in kind of in reverse so you can see, hopefully. The coupler just slides into the box, and you just slide it in until the hole in the coupler is even with the hole that you can see down through the coupler itself. And then you remove the brass centering spring from the existing Kato bracket. And I'll try and do this with a pair of tweezers. The way it came out, the pin goes towards the front of the locomotive, this direction. So I take and I place the pin down in the hole in the Microtrains coupler and just gently push on both sides until you hear it snap. Once it snaps, the coupler is captured in there, and that's about it. Now let's do the other end. Okay. This time I've already slid my 2004 in to where it goes, and I'm going to try and pick up my retainer, the original Kato part, slide it down into the coupler. This time I'm going to try and use my fingers to put it in there. I've had a little trouble with them flying away on me, so let's give this a shot. I think we have it. And there we have it, captured in there. You can kind of hear it snap, but sometimes the other side pops out a little bit. Just want to make sure both sides are in. Now the last thing is to make sure that your couplers are the proper height. Let's take a look. Okay, as you can see here, I have my Microtrains coupler height gauge on this piece of track. A little piece of Pico track, I believe it is. It doesn't matter, but anyways, you want to make sure that your locomotive is railed on both ends. Some guys rail one end and then they get the other end off and they can't figure out why the coupler height is off. It's because the back end of the locomotive is sitting down or up on top of the rail. Now we're just going to run this forward, and let me move this over so you can see. With the 2004, the coupler height is perfect. Now what we do is we turn the locomotive around and repeat the process. Make sure both ends are railed. Perfect. Although I was pushing down on the shell somewhat. That looks good. You can see that our trip pin height is a little high. That would be the next thing we would have to set. And there is a little tool. I call it. I use the word tool lightly. It's a little piece of tin can basically that comes with the coupler height gauge. Anyway, it goes on the rail like so, and you're supposed to make sure that that trip pin is just above the height of that. You can see that ours is a little high. I'm going to make some adjustments to it and we'll take another look. Okay, I've made some adjustment to the trip pin by bending it with a small pair of pliers. And let's get it over here. Let's see if I can get down a little bit on this thing here and get a little better view. You can see that the trip pin on the locomotive matches the trip pin on the gauge. Let me turn it around and let's check the other end. And you can see that they're equal. So there you have it. I'll take a couple of stills of this and I'll be back. Well, everybody, there you have it. Pretty simple task. It's probably one of the easier coupler changeouts that there is, but now you know how to do it. Come back and see us on the next video, and thanks for watching.